Okay, so you've thought about why you do this work, right? Do you have that really present in your mind? Why you're out there doing this? Good work if you did that. And if you didn't, pause this video right now and just spend a moment answering the question to yourself, why does it matter? Why is it important that you're doing this work? I'm going to go ahead and assume that you're going to pause right now. And then now you're back. So good. You have it in your mind and in your heart why you're doing this work. Hold on to that because we're going to work on that in the second half of this first lesson. The first part of this lesson, we're actually going to talk about beliefs. Because what I know, as I said in the first video, right after you signed on, I know that after these years of doing this work myself and many, many years of studying what it takes to do big, bold, courageous things like get on stage, which is where I've spent a lot of my time and study and professional life, is teaching others how to get on stage and share their message clearly and powerfully. What I know is that the thing in our way of doing these big, bold, courageous things is virtually never that we don't know how to do it or that we can't get the tools to learn how to do it. That's the easy part, right? The hard part is all the stuff going on in our minds that tell us we can't do this or that limit what we believe we are capable of doing or should be doing. And so we're going to spend some time first just taking a look at those, and you're going to do a pretty good dive into what beliefs might be getting in the way of you sharing your message powerfully, boldly out there in the world and growing the business that you deserve to be expressing in the world and experiencing in your own life and sharing with others. So I'm going to give you some examples of some of the beliefs that have gotten in my way, just so you have some real life examples. I'll also share some examples of beliefs that I hear over and over again from my clients. One of my biggest ones, and you may identify with this if you're a parent, is that I have this belief. I want to say I had it, but I have to tell you, it revisits. It's very stealth and it's very strong. And it speaks in the back of my mind and it says, a really amazing mom, the kind of mom you want to be, would be available all the time, whenever the girls want her. Which of course makes it very difficult to be out there doing big, bold, courageous things. When I think this through, or if you were to ask me directly, really, do you believe that you can never be away from your girls at all in order to be a great mom? I would say, no, that's ridiculous. I know I can be away some, especially if they're engaged in a very enriching activity and something that's really fun for them, and they're with people who love and adore them very much. That's still quite limiting, isn't it? And maybe it's okay if sometimes they're a little bored. Sometimes they have to figure out what to do on their own, right? So I have this belief that says I am supposed to orchestrate. First of all, I should be there. But if I can't be there, I should orchestrate the perfect second best option. And both of those things actually make it very hard for me to go out and do my work in the world. I spend a lot of time with my girls. It is high on my value list. And I imagine you have some things on your list that you really, really value and that you believe deserve your time and attention. And they do. And that's real. But do they really preclude you from doing this powerful, meaningful work, this life-changing work? And actually, are they interfering with your ability to be the biggest, best, most authentic expression of yourself? Because I know when I check on this belief deeply, actually me being an example of a fully expressed human being who is building a business based on her passion, that's an example I want for my girls. That is part of the picture. But it takes recognizing that belief, pulling it apart, and then reframing it. And I have to do it sometimes over and over again in order to remind myself. But it does get way easier now that I'm aware of the belief. Other beliefs that I hear of often are things like, I don't have enough experience doing what I'm doing to call myself an expert. So maybe you don't call yourself an expert. But you know, if you have more experience than another person, sometimes you're the best person to help a particular person because you're not so far beyond them that they can no longer identify with you and you can no longer identify with them. Maybe you're 1 year, 2 years ahead of them in experience. Brilliant. That may be the perfect match for them. So again, when we talk about who your right clients are, that's part of what you want to ask yourself. So maybe you don't want to call yourself an expert if that makes you uncomfortable. That doesn't matter. Can you contribute? Can you make a difference in this person's life? Can you make their life better and easier? That is good work in the world, my friend. This is meaningful work. So other ones that I hear, I don't have time. There's just not enough time. And you know, I'm going to say, right, we all have the same amount of time, and you have enough time to go out there and do the work that matters. So what other beliefs? Think about this. Spend some time. You have a worksheet on this page that you will download, and spend some time really thinking about it. It'll guide you through the process of figuring out what beliefs may be getting in the way for you. Okay, so that's the belief work. Huge important work, by the way. Please don't skip that.